Hey folks, Elaine Marolakos Edelson here with Astrology Mojo. I want to wish you a very happy holiday. We are still not done decorating. We've got the village to set up and we're having a wonderful time hanging out, being busy. Today is the Oracle reading for January 2025. So I'm going to get right into it. You can look at the images that I have here for you. And I want you to pick a gift. And you can pick a gift for your sun, your rising, your moon, however, your health, your wealth, your passion, your purpose. You might even choose something for a family member and thinking, oh, this is for my cousin, this is for my mother, my sister, whatever. The point is to be drawn to something intuitively, and you may only pick one image, and that's okay too. So for each image that I use, I pick a different deck. And today, the first deck associated with this blue gift is going to be the Crystal Spirits. It's a Colete Reid deck, and I've already pulled the cards. I meditated on each gift package and looked at my whole assortment of cards and who wanted to be part of it. And the second image is associated, I get stuck, with another Colete Reid, and that is the Goddess Power. And that is associated with this gift box. That's number 2, the Goddess Power. And then the third image, this party bag right here, is the Starseed Oracle. And that is a Rebecca Campbell deck. Illustrations by Danielle, Noel. And so to get settled, take in a deep breath. Just realize that it's not the deck or the cards or the information so much that is your truth. It is what you're intuiting, which gift relates to what aspect of your life. Okay, so we're just going to get started right away. And for those of you who have chosen the first gift box, we've got Colete Reid, the Crystal Spirits. And I shuffled these cards really well. And the amazing thing is that the 2 cards that came out, they are 16 and 17, even though I shuffled them really well. So the first card, and I couldn't find my chrysocolla to show you, but the first card, okay, now because I have green screen, it's kind of hard to see that, but that is a blue stone called chrysocolla, and it's got little bumpies on it. It's hard to see. It's magical. Chrysocolla. Got some green and blue in there and some bumpy things. And this card relates to speaking your truth and communicating. Most blue stones relate to the throat chakra. And this particular one is about building intimacy through expressing your truth. And so your truth doesn't necessarily have to line up with someone else's truth, but it is important that you pay attention to what's going on in your heart space so that you can freely express what is key for you and allow the universe to speak through you. Because, a lot of times we hold back and say, oh, if I say that, it's going to hurt their feelings, or I better not rock the boat, or I don't think I should be doing this, or whatever reasons we have for not expressing who we are. And this one is about this particular card, Chrysocolla. Thought it would show up a little bit. Oh, there it is. You know how sometimes you have a friend or a family member and something happens to them and you have no problem speaking up. You have no problem standing up for them or making phone calls for them. But when it comes to you standing up for yourself, sometimes there might be an issue. You don't want to rock the boat. And heartfelt communication means getting to the core of something that you feel you need to express. And it doesn't have to be an ugly, angry expression. It can be a form of truth, just reclaiming your voice. And what's really fascinating, and I love this, is that the next card that I pulled in this deck is number 17, the citrine card. There's my citrine. And citrine is orange mostly. It has some yellow and gold in it, but it's all about joyful expression. So here we have two cards that deal with expressing from the heart through the truth of your experience, and then letting go of the negativity and literally cleaning out spaces in your mind and body, and in your closet, on your desktop, and your kitchen counter, and all that stuff, so that you have more fun in expressing yourself and not taking it so seriously. So for those of you who chose the first box, it sounds very clear to me that there's a part of you that wants to be a little bit more creative, adventurous, experience who you really are with these two cards. The Chrysocolla, number 16, which equals a 7, that's going within. The 7 is inner reflection, meditation, prayer, research, the lone wolf kind of energy. And then the citrine, which is the 17, which equals an 8. And that particular energy is all about, how can I help? What can I do? Here's my take on it. Here's what I did to get over that thing. So if you really want to help someone else, never at the sake of yourself, please. It's not about being selfless all the time. It's about knowing where you stand, what your truth is, and how you'd like to express that truth. And if it's necessary to express it at all, you're not here to people please. You're not here to make everybody happy. You're here to experience a reality and create your own existence through your experience. And citrine is definitely saying, let me see what she says, to overcome your old patterns, heal the wounds of the past, and forgive yourself and others as you walk the healing path. You might find that you have forgotten how to just have fun and laugh. So I would say with this combination of Chrysocolla and citrine, that it's time to find the thing that sparks you and to go focus on that thing, because what you focus on grows. That's what energy is all about. That we are energetic creatures. Everything has a basis in energy. So what you focus on grows. Go listen to some music, maybe, or a comedy show, or find something. A lot of times my husband and I will just turn on the Graham Norton show and just randomly watch 10 minutes just to laugh and feel entertained. Now, if you're entertaining, and this has to do with January, this is your January oracle, but you might apply this to right now, whenever you're listening to this. It could be December of 2024, it could be March of 2025, whenever you discover this and you have chosen the first box, the gift box. This is all about you communicating your truth and letting go of the things, your inner limitations that stop you. And the best and easiest way is, no matter what you're going through, create a little bridge. And that bridge is, this is how I'm feeling, overwhelmed. I don't want to share this thing. It's too emotional. It can upset the apple cart. Whatever your internal reasonings, just as you kind of slowly shy away from that intensity and create a little mental bridge that says, oh, look at that color. Look at that painting. Look at that tree. Look at, whatever, and just be neutral. Find nature to help you to be neutral. Oh, what a beautiful rock. Or if you have citrine or chrysocolla, meditate with them, play with them, stare at them, gaze at, all the patterns and the intricacies of the inside, because that's you. And then slowly emerge, knowing that it's safe to communicate and be yourself. And find a new form of expression, whether it's art or music, dance, It could be making collages, having knitting parties, whatever. Some form of creation is wanting to blossom within you. I hope this helps. Okay. Now we're going to move on to gift box number 2. If you have chosen this, I pulled this from Colete Reid's Divine Goddess Power. And so the first, and I pulled 2 cards for each deck. So the first card that came out was Hestia. And Hestia is a Greek goddess of the home and hearth. And it equals a number 3. And a number 3 is not so much about communication first. It's about the synapses that form based on your perceptions and beliefs. That's what a number 3 equals. So if you chose this gift box, we are looking at you being at home and finding what really inspires you and what limits you, what makes you feel tired or down, and it can be the clutter in your house. It can be, I've been meaning to go through the garage and I got to file that paperwork, or, it's just piling up. So take 20 minutes, an hour every day from hearing, since, once you hear this message, picking box number 2, gift box number 2, and clean up something that no longer represents you. Bag it, get it out of the house. Does it go in the garbage? Do you donate it? Is it sitting on in your driveway with a free sign on it? Just start to purge the old energy in the home, because your spirit is wanting to expand. And a lot of times when we have clutter, we can't do that. And Hestia is, cleaning the home, cleaning out the house, but those emotional closets that you have on the inside are what also is going to purge during this time. And she says here in the alignment message that do the same for your mind. It's exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, and also to walk away from situations you don't belong in. Remove the distractions. Because when you focus more on someone else's problem or what's happening in the world or the state of this thing or the state of that thing, you're not looking within at yourself. And in Greek, the word economy in Greek means how you keep house. So to economize is really to know what's important. Know what's important to you in your home. Even if you live in a studio apartment, rearrange the furniture, get rid of the dust bunnies under the couch, just clean up the energy for the new year. Remember, this is a January 2025 Oracle reading. And when you do, you're going to really feel a sense of groundedness, a sense of belonging. And that leads us to the second card that I pulled, which is Ocean. Generosity. Falling. Ocean. OSHUN. Dealing with generosity. And the empowerment message, really, she's a Yoruban river goddess. And this has to do with being grateful for how generous the earth has been, your experience has been. And when I walk on the trail here in Sedona, I will start out by looking up at the sky and the sun and say, I'm grateful for the light that is shed on my truth, for the warmth of the sun, for seeing things. I'm grateful for the earth that I walk upon and all the beautiful trees and rocks and things that come from the earth, and for the water, the flow of intuition and emotions, and for understanding that all things are cleansed in water. We are approximately 70% water, and we hold vibration in that water. I hold up a glass of water and I speak to it and say, love, 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 I am love. I love that I am love. And I drink it. And I know that replenishes my cells. And that has also been shown by Dr. Emoto. Look him up. He's no longer, he's off planet now, but the book that he had so many years ago about speaking to water, freezing the water, slicing off an image and looking at it under the microscope, and how the harmful words, the negative words, the judgmental words formed malformed shapes in the water. Pretty amazing. So you don't want to get stuck in what other people think about you, or wrapped up in their fears and their tornadoes. As you are being generous, you must have boundaries. So where's my first message to you? And that is, at home, be at home, clean your space, know who you are, get grounded. Invite the new, but let go of the old that limits you. So these two are working hand in hand. And Ocean, what a beautiful smile. Look at that. Just loving to give. Loving what you have. Generosity is not just about you giving. It's about appreciating what has been given to you. You have air to breathe. And inhaling every day. It's, I am grateful for the promise of the next moment. Every time I breathe. And looking at your potential as well. Yes, be kind. Whatever you give, tithe 10%, whether it be in services or in finances or donating food, whatever it is. But always give to yourself as well. Self-care is so important. That's part of generosity. And know that you are an abundant creature. And if you don't think that you are, then now is the time to start. Now is the time to start. And as we head into 2025, there's going to be so much happening. Venus going retrograde, the eclipses, Uranus moving into Gemini, Jupiter moving into Cancer. It's such a profoundly transformative year. You want to start off the year. Now, I believe your birthday is your actual new year, but you want to start off the calendar new year with this feeling of, I'm decluttering. And in place of that, I'm putting in thoughts and feelings and experiences that I am, number one, kind to myself and others, absolutely. And number two, I am taking care to set healthy boundaries. And, if you're feeling like, I'm grateful for this, but what a relief, I was able to pay that bill. Okay, relief is not gratitude. It's like, I just skated by. It was like by chance. That's not trust. And that's not faith in your higher inner self. So rely more on spirit as you apply things practically. That's the combination that's going to really help you. And then you're going to see something really magical come from that combination. Okay, we're moving on to gift bag number 3. And for this one, the Starseed Oracle wanted to come out and play by Rebecca Campbell, artwork by Danielle Noel. The Starseed Oracle is associated with this. And again, 2 cards. And the first card that emerged was Portal. And she doesn't have numbers on her cards. The doors are opening. You decide. Rewards, wild card. There's a portal before you. Oh, look, it's so pink. It matches. Matches the bag. So imagine standing in front of an opening. And if you were to step through, what do you want to take with you? And what are you leaving behind? And where are you going? What's your next step in life? What are you organizing in your mind, your body, your experience, so that you can move through that doorway, that portal, even if only in your mind? Now, I had heard this neuroscientist talk about what happens to the brain when we enter a different room. Literally, we walk from the bedroom to the living room, to the kitchen, to the den, whatever. When you go through a doorway, your brain perceives it as a brand new experience. And sometimes you forget what you just left. So if you ever find yourself standing in the kitchen with one sock in your hand and wondering why, that's what's happening in your brain. It's like, why am I here with a sock? Well, you had a mission when you left the laundry room, but now what's that mission? Now what's happening? So the portal has so much to do with knowing that you are abundant, yes, but taking the risk, being ready to step through. A lot of times what I like to call being liminal, you've got a foot in the past and one in the present, possibly aiming toward the future. So you've got a foot in two worlds. And the portal is there to show you that you're safe. You can go right through. And where would you go? What happens next when you move into that next phase of your life, that next hour? Where were you headed? What did you want to accomplish? And so with the portal, she says, when this card comes up in a spread, it's sure sign that that effortless change is possible. You have to trust, though. You have to trust that. Do I move forward with that project? What about that new plan now that the holidays are ended? Do I start a new workout routine? I need to find a new healthcare provider or practitioner. If you've been guided to switch things up, you're extremely well supported right now. Use this energy and jump right in. And ask yourself this question: what would you most like to experience next? That's what the portal is about, because your higher inner self already knows what you want, what you desire. And most times, all the time, it's the head in conflict with the past experience, in conflict with the heart's desires and passions, that stops us from having what we want. So we think we always have to go out and get it, or I'm not good enough, it's never going to happen. But when you have a portal in your present timeline and you're ready to step through, great leaps can be made just by trusting and taking that forward step. Maybe it's about calling a different agency because you want to be represented for your artwork differently, or your literary achievements, or maybe you're looking for a new job, or maybe you're ready to have that heart-to-heart with someone and let them know how you really feel. Let's see, the card that came out next was You're Not Alone. You're not alone. It says isolation, physical connection, and community. So if you are isolating, trying to solve the problem by yourself, let's start to rely on other people that you trust, not people that you think you deserve something from, or I gave to them, they need to give to me, or they're an expert, even though your heart says don't even bother calling them. You have to really trust what you're feeling, so that you can go to that next place and say, first, I want to trust my higher inner knowledge, my intuition, my knowing. I trust my heart. My head says one thing, and that's where all this spinning comes from. And which way do I go? And how do I do it? And who should I ask? But the heart says, no, we're not asking that person. We're going to trust that our needs are met, and we're going to bring it to us. I'm thankful and grateful for the help and support that I get on this issue. And then see what happens. You might bump into someone at the supermarket and they start talking about something, and before you know it, you got an answer. Or a friend calls, or a family member, or you actually reach out and say, I was kind of hesitant to do this because I was nervous. So you're doing two things at once. You're going beyond a limitation, and you're beginning to trust that the support is there for you. If you isolate all the time, a lot of times we have to go in and be quiet and meditate and see what we feel and think about something and process it. But ultimately, if you know that you're hesitant to ask someone for help, like, oh, I'll just do it myself. Okay, why? Why would you do that? If you know that you live in a supportive community, and you might be thinking, I moved away from all my family and friends, I've got no one, I don't know who to ask, I'll just do it myself. Then put yourself in the position of you are surrounded by support, and trust that. I am surrounded by loving, kind support. And then see what comes your way, because you are a creature of energy. You are bringing it to you. So you want to see, you will be validated. Now, if someone comes to you and goes, yeah, I don't have the time, that's the part of you saying, see, I'm not worth that. You say, I was just validated. But if you actually truly believe that whatever your question is, that there is an answer for you somewhere, having chosen this particular image, that you're ready. You're ready to have support. That's important. Then it can come to you much more easily. And then you go, wow, that was a coincidence. Well, what is a coincidence other than you have a need and the universe provides? So I'm just going to look at what she says in the book, because she goes alphabetically. Your life is a canvas. That's not the one. You're not for everyone. You're not alone. There it is. How can you reach out to people in your life physically? Hey, was thinking about you. How about we go out for a cup of tea? Or we go for a walk somewhere? And you keep it simple. It's not because you have an agenda and you have to ask them for help and they're the only ones in your mind. It's about increasing your community, expanding your scope, knowing that as you give, you will also get back. And that's about you allowing it to happen. She says here, many starseeds find it more nourishing to retreat than to spend their time in meaningless conversations and relationships. I can totally relate to that. But I also know that when I have a need, I'll meditate. If I don't have the answer right away, I meditate on who can help me. I'm open to the support and help. And then I might read something online. Done. Check that box. That answered the question for me. Or I might ask someone and say, I wouldn't normally ask, but. And then I see what comes my way. So I learn to accept that I am worth it, number one. And number two, that there are people who have the information that I need and require. In our increasingly online world, we can be connected to more people and yet feel more alone and isolated than ever, which is so true. There's still so much we don't know about the energetic side effects of things like social media. What's in your auric field? What are you attracting? Because it comes into the auric field before it actually shows up physically at your front door or in your email box or on the telephone. So having a regular catch up with someone and saying, hey, let's get together once a month. And just because, or joining clubs, groups, communities, meetups, anything. It's like, if you're interested in clay and pottery, it's like finding a class and joining that community. And it may not be for you. That's okay. Just because the first one didn't work out, don't think the rest of them won't. But it's asking, how can I be more open and feel safe in that openness to allow things to come to me? If you chose this gift box, just like the many colors on this ribbon, this group of ribbons and the different colors in the bag, there's an entire populace waiting to support you and to be your new peeps. All right. Take that with, and this is for everyone. I'm going to pull one last card. Take that with knowing that you are supported. And now wrapping it up as we head into the rest of December, yes, but this will cover January as well for the new year. And I will be back on the first week of January. Is it the 4th? I think it's the 4th. And we're going to talk about 2025 and the upcoming overall themes of 2025. So let me just pull this final card for everyone. Thank you for being here. I hope you're having a healthy, happy, prosperous mindset. And that'll create your healthy, happy, prosperous experience. Okay, we are going to concentrate, says the card, on our inner purpose. Concentrating on our inner purpose. And when we do that, it's a mantra means to heal the mind, to focus the mind, protect the mind. So finding a mantra like, I love that I am love. Everything I need and want comes to me easily, effortlessly. Focus the mind on a little mantra to concentrate on how you're going to build up your energy field, your auric field, opening your heart, having that healthy boundary, but also allowing prosperity and support to come through. All right, there it is, folks. I hope this was helpful for you. Please let me know in the comments. As always, I wish you peace, and it'll take me a hot second to do the timestamps for YouTube, so allow me that time. Thank you. I'm wishing you well, happiness, much love, and just joyful moments from here on out. And I'll see you in 2025.